Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of It's Crystal Clear, a show that's designed to tell your money where to go instead of always wondering where it went. So, I am still on cloud nine from celebrating with some of you all for eliminating $2.2 million worth of debt this year. It feels so great to see all of you all planning your next life's adventure since you don't have that amount hanging over your head. I have the privilege to talk to some of the podcast viewers in person. I have the privilege to talk to you all about all kinds of situations and all kinds of challenges that you all are facing. But lately, I have been having quite a few couples, or one half of the couples, reaching out to me just to talk, some to vent. Several couples have said that this is the first time in their marriages that they have purposely made time to discuss their finances together. They have been making time to review their expenses. They face their past financial mistakes, and they are developing game plans to make sure that they correct what they used to do in the past. They use the snowball method to pay down their debts. They discovered their game plans on how not to get into that situation ever, ever, ever again. They made time to fantasize about all of their ideal life journey together, and they started saving to make those fantasies come true. On the flip side, several husbands have contacted me to get guidance on how to encourage their wives to quit hiding all of those packages that they're buying. They, as a couple, are making plans to buy big ticket items, but they can't qualify for loans because their debt to income ratios are too high because of her constant charging on their credit cards that he doesn't know about. Or the wife credit scores are so low because she isn't paying the credit card bills on time, every month. And her income is needed to qualify for their loans, but she can't be put on the joint application, which is causing them to be denied credit or charged extremely high interest rate. So hiding those packages is causing them not to hit their dream goals. So they're constantly arguing over my money versus our money, and they're not making any positive progress in their goals. Then I have the wives. The wives, they know their man. They know that their man is the king of the castle. They got the submission part right. They got it down pat. He is the leader of their household. However, I'm going to put a long pause, deep breath right here. Where he is leading him, it doesn't always make sense. They have goals, but he's going way over there trying to get them. But if he was okay with listening to his wife, he would see that they only need to take a few steps this way and they would hit their goals on time, every time. Some of the wives, they don't want to say anything, so it won't seem like they're challenging their husband's manhood or is messing with their husband's ego, or they simply don't want to cause World War III in their household. But some wives, however, y'all could care less about that man or his hood. Y'all are stomping all over his ego, and World War III has turned into World War VIII and World War IX. And either way, none of y'all are making positive progress. So I decided to devote this episode to couples and their finances. The name of this episode is For the Love of Money. So, according to research by experts, it was found that money issues are significant contributors to the problems within relationships. It's a leading cause of breakups and divorces. Keeping secrets about debt, past or current, having hidden bank accounts, uncontrolled spending without the input of your partner, having no financial plan in place at all can cause a once beautiful relationship to become one that's hell on earth. So if you choose to be with someone for the rest of your lives, do not, y'all listen to me, do not let the mismanagement of little green slips of paper and little plastic cards be the cause of you losing the love of your life. So today, I am going to talk about how to strategically use money to fund your happily ever after. no matter if you are in a new relationship or if you have been together for years. The first thing you need to do is to be transparent and open with your communication about money. So, if you're in a new relationship, it may be a little tricky to know exactly when is the right time to bring up money. You don't want to look like a gold digger, or you don't want to look like you're only in a relationship for financial gain. But in reality, relationships cost money. And it's better to know in the beginning if you're on the same page or not. Better yet, it's best to know if you're even in the same book when it comes to your financial past, present, and future. It is okay to ask the questions. It is okay to find out where their head is in regard to finances. You can do it with some finesse, with a little gentle tone, like, do you like to travel or are you a homebody? Do you like to eat out every night or do you prefer to stay home and cook? Do you live your life like YOLO? You only live once. Or do you like to save for the future? If you had past issues, have you corrected them? And have you learned from your mistakes? Or are you still dealing with them? You could say, what are some of your financial goals? And are you on track to achieving them? Y'all, it's okay to ask questions. How else are you going to find out if you're even compatible on a financial level or not? If you're entering into a new relationship, you better make sure that your finances are in great shape. Do not go into their relationship being a burden to that other person. Y'all, that is not fair. Having the nerves to ask them 21 questions and you don't have two nickels to rub together, no, we are not going to do that. I want you to make sure that your finances are in great shape so you can enjoy getting to know your significant other, your new boo, through activities and adventures without having money stop you. You want to have fun, enjoying life together without the lack of little green slips of paper and plastic cards stopping you. Now, if both of you are already together, new relationship, and you're having financial issues, okay. But what I need you to do is to make a pact to help each other improve. You can make date night be watching episodes of It's Crystal Clear. Develop individual plans that will help you both get out of debt. Develop realistic budgets and hold each other accountable. You can find ways to celebrate each other when you get those wins. Y'all can be each other's cheerleaders. Y'all should be able to help each other succeed. Now, how does that sound? So, being with someone who is an asset to you and wants to help build assets with you, that sounds really sexy to me. Now, if you all are married or you have been with your partner for a long time and the lack of money management is killing your relationship, you're going to have to be extreme with the way you approach the way to improve your love life. So, the first thing you're going to do is communicate with yourself and God. You must ask yourself this question: do I even want to still be with this person for the rest of my life? I'm going to answer that for you. Yeah, you do. Don't you dare let money mismanagement be the reason why your relationship ends. If both of you made the choice to love each other, and if both of you made the choice to be with each other, I need you to make the choice to go extreme to get your finances under control so you can enjoy your lives together. Number two, you're going to have to communicate with each other. What is the plan for you and them to live together? When you get to the end of your life together, what do you want to look back and say that you're glad you did that made you have an incredible love life? What is it going to take for you to start doing now in order to make that conversation in the future happen? Number three, you're going to communicate with each other. You're going to be truthful and you're going to be transparent about what's going on in your past and what's going on with you currently. Pull both of your credit reports. Pull copies of all your bank statements and lay it out on the table. What is the total amount of income that you both bring in? What is the total amount of debt that you both have individually and that you both have collectively? This is not the time to be shamed. This is not the time to be embarrassed. This is not the time to fight, argue, or play the blame game. You are not doing any of this anymore. Recognize that you both are a team and you're going to address what you need to address together. You're going to fix what you need to fix together. You're going to do what you need to do in order for you to look back in the future and say, yeah, we did that together. Four, after you make plans to fix what's broken, you're going to make time to communicate, to plan how you will spend your money from now on. In order to do everything that you want to do in life together and apart, what are your daily goals, your weekly goals? What's your yearly goals? What are your dream goals? You need to make time to write them down. Then you need to make time to research how much all that's going to cost. Then you're going to see, are you earning enough money together to pay for it? Are there latte factors? Are there other expenses that you can cut out in order to help you pay for it? Are there items that's being auto drafted from your account that can be stopped or can be rerouted to your interest bearing savings account to pay for it? You need to make time to answer those questions and make time to make those adjustments accordingly. You got things to do, and time is passing by. And your money should be used to fund the fun in your relationship. Number five, you're going to communicate about where to direct and where to store your money. You hear advice given to people saying, if you have a joint account, be sure to always have a secret account or stash some money on the side, just in case anything happens in your relationship, or so you can do what you want with your money. Okay, y'all. I understand that process. I promise I understand those thoughts. You may be married to someone who's just a spender, who spends every dime that they have. And if they knew that you had a dime, they'd find a way to spend that dime too. I got it. I promise I do. But you're not going to do that anymore, and they're not either. You are a team who have goals. You are transparent and you communicate in all capital letters. So, this is what I want you to do. I want you all to open up 5 bank accounts. And don't look at me like that's excessive. What's excessive is you having to hide the current accounts that you have. So you're going to open up 5 accounts. You're going to have a joint account. You're going to have an emergency fund account, a vision fund account, and 2 individual accounts. So the joint account is the household account. So unless you already have an agreement that one person will pay for all of the household expenses, both of you should make sure that money is in the joint account to pay for your rent or mortgage, your utilities, insurance, groceries, and any other items that makes your household run. I need you to make sure enough money is in there at all times to pay all those bills on time, every single month. If you continue to monitor those expenses and you see where you can cut down costs here, or you can use leftover money to put into your emergency account fund, and you can use that money to put into your vision account fund. Your emergency fund account needs to exist. Y'all need to have 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses inside. So you can take a percentage or a certain dollar amount from both of your paychecks and have it deposited straight into this account. Y'all know that emergencies do, and y'all know that emergencies will happen. So as a team, you're going to work together to make sure you're both prepared for any emergencies that you face individually or together. You should also make time to fund your vision fund account by agreeing to deposit a specific dollar amount or percentage of your paycheck every single pay period. Do not miss one deposit. Every time that you see your bank statements and you see the amounts that you have available growing, it should make you excited to know that whatever you have on your adventure list, anything that you want to do will be able to be paid for without having to incur any additional debt or skimp on the things that you want to do because you don't have enough money to pay for it. As a team, you're going to make time to dream big, and you're going to make time to decide what you want to do within each of your lives that costs money. Then you should fund your individual accounts. So I know this concept will generate a whole bunch of different opinions. That's cool. But since this is my show, you're going to hear my opinion. So I think each person should have their own separate account. You have a joint account to pay for the things you use jointly. That's the house, that's the utilities, that's the insurances. But you are also individual people who have your own interests, you have your own hobbies, you have your own things that you want to do outside of your partner. And that's okay, y'all. It's okay. There are things that you may want to do with your friends that your spouse has absolutely no interest in doing. And you should have access to money that's not interfering with the joint account or the emergency account or the vision fund account. So, one of my best friends loves to travel the world. Her husband loves to stay at home. So, her part of her check is used to fund her travel account. And she enjoys herself. And he enjoys having conversations when she gets back about it. My other friends' husbands love going on annual boys' golf trips. He and his friends love to play at exclusive golf clubs across the country. That's his thing. So he made sure he saved up his money in his individual account to pay for his trip. I think that's awesome. But there are a couple of things that you will have to do and understand when it comes to these separate accounts. Number one, you need to communicate and let each other know about them. No more keeping hidden accounts. No more. My opinion is if you feel that you have to hide accounts from me, what else are you hiding? Communication, trust, transparency. Number two, make sure your partner or someone is listed as an authorized person or beneficiary on that account. Y'all know life be lifing. And God forbids anything happens to you now. But if it did and your family needed access to your money for whatever reason, how can they use the money that you have to help? If they don't know about it and if they don't have access to it, how can they use it to help? And they aren't authorized to get to it. Make sure you separate your separate account is an asset to you and to the others if it is needed. Only put money in this account after your joint account has what it needs to pay all the household expenses. Make sure you put money in your individual account after your emergency funds has your 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Put money in your individual account after your vision fund account has its needed deposits. Remember, you are a part of a winning team. Make sure the team has what it needs first in order to survive. Then after that, go ball out on whatever you have left to put into your individual account. And there may be some of you watching this episode saying none of this applies to you because your spouse pays all of the bills and your money is just your money. So you don't have to pay any bills. Their check pays for everything, and you're able to use your check to buy whatever you want. To that, I say, cool, awesome, great. That's a blessing. But my word of caution is this: you need to make time to know where all that money is going anyway. What company is your mortgage paid to? What's the account number? How much is your monthly utilities? What's the bank and account numbers for the joint account and the emergency fund account and the vision fund account? God forbid if anything's happened to the person who's paying all the bills. We're going to pray y'all live a long, long life. But would you be able to maintain the same lifestyle that you're accustomed to if something were to happen to them? Will you be able to pick up where they left off and pay all the bills without skipping a beat? Y'all, we talk about this all the time. Life be lifing. What if your partner wants a divorce? What if your partner dies? What if your partner gets laid off? What if life lives? Do you not think it's important to know what's going on in your household? I think it is. Isn't it important to know what's going on in your household so you can continue to financially function instead of spiraling into debt? I need you to make time to communicate. There is no one size fits all approach to managing your relationship and the finances involved. So you must make time to communicate. Y'all have to talk about your life together. You're going to have to discuss what you want for yourselves that will make your choices that much sweeter. I keep saying it. You're a team that's working together to build an empire. And you cannot successfully do it if you do not communicate, if you don't be trustworthy, and you don't operate with full transparency. So, I am not an ordained minister who can officiate a wedding. I am not a certified judge who can officially pronounce you husband and wife. What I am is your team member. I'm wearing your jersey. I'm rooting you on. And I want to see you win. And I know you can develop a solid foundation with your finances, but only if you choose to do so. So I want you to make time to make the right choice. So that ends this week's episode of Is Crystal Clear. And I need you to do me a huge favor. If this episode blessed you, I need you to share it with others in your family and in your work group who you think will benefit from what was taught. I want to thank you for taking time to spend with me. And I need you to remember, I am cheering you on. I want to send a special thanks to those behind the scenes who are doing a great job bringing me to you each and every single week. Thank you, team. And one more thing, as a couple, I want you to dream big together. I want you to stay focused together. And I want you to live your best lives within budget together. I will see you next time on the next episode of Is Crystal Clear.